Okay. For 2020 to 2021, affordable housing for low to moderate income tenants living in market rental housing was identified by Scarborough community members as the top priority issue. We urgently need to look to ways to maintain our supply of affordable housing and also to increase our supply of affordable housing to support vulnerable tenants. Today, we are going to learn about the Tenant Defence Fund. To provide us with an introductory snapshot of the Tenant Defence Fund, I am joined today by Jordy Dent, Executive Director of the Federation of Metro Tenants Association. Jordy, what is the Tenant Defence Fund?
The Tenant Defence Fund is a City of Toronto program that's administered by the Tenant Federation that helps educate tenants about rights and helps them fight against large rent increases and loss of rental housing. The Tenant Defence Fund has multiple components which can help educate tenants about the law, help them organize, get legal representation, save money, get maintenance done, and even protect rental housing from being demolished. The Tenant Defence Fund that we help administer has, again, multiple components, including a tenant hotline and an outreach and organizing service.
Jordy, could you speak to how the Tenant Defence Fund helps low to moderate income tenants living in market rental housing?
The Tenant Defence Fund funds a series of services to help low to moderate income rental market tenants. This includes our tenant hotline, with which we can answer questions from tenants about rights or options, ways they can get maintenance done, when they can say no to their landlord. The fund also funds our outreach service, which actually goes into buildings to help organize tenants. The other component of the fund, of the Tenant Defence Fund, is an actual pool of grant money to help tenants hire legal representation to fight specific cases at the landlord and tenant board, normally above guideline rent increases or maintenance applications. And they also can help tenants hire legal representation to fight developments at the local planning appeals tribunal. These programs help low to moderate income market rental tenants in a variety of ways. They can educate tenants as to mostly when they can say no, no to illegal evictions, no to illegal charges, no to a landlord engaging in harassment. And most importantly, they can also help tenants organize to save money on their rent and protect their rental housing.
Could you tell us why we need the Tenant Defence Fund and the impact of having this program?
Yeah, unfortunately, it's been a very rough decade on tenants in the City of Toronto. Rents have been skyrocketing over the last 10 years, along with evictions, including a lot of fraudulent evictions, an explosion in homelessness, and a lot of landlord abuse. While it's been bad for tenants, it's been the opposite for landlords. Landlords are allowed normally to make tenants pay for large-scale maintenance projects like balcony or elevator repairs. And they do so through court, the landlord and tenant board, via something called an above guideline rent increase application, or as we call it in the trade, AGGIs. Landlords also try to demolish affordable rental apartments and replace them with condos. You can kind of see that throughout the city. One of the reasons why we really need the Tenant Defence Fund is because it helps tenants fight back. They get to reduce or eliminate the amount of rent charged in their buildings. They can try to bring up maintenance issues and make the landlord just follow the law. And often they get to ensure that when rental housing gets demolished, that it gets replaced in any new development at an affordable rate. Again, it's been a rough period for tenants, and this fund allows them to actually assert their dignity, assert the law, and not only do we need it to be expanded so we can reach as many tenants in the City of Toronto as possible.
Okay, thank you, Jordy Dent with the Federation of Metro Tenants Association.
Thanks for having us, and thanks for all the great work you do for tenants in Scarborough.